LoGorrhea, excessive and often incoherent talkativeness or wordiness. I like that.
Hey, Jacobs,
That's
ladies and gentlemen, the man. Well, let me just run this down. So basically, we did this already, but the sound wasn't good at all. There was gems in there. I just couldn't sit with it not being out there. We're rerunning it again. The sound is perfect. He's outside. I'm in my new makeshift studio. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm great, man. Great. You know, given everything that's happening, I know it's a negative time if you want to put it like that, but I believe it's all in the mind. You know, you can create your own ideal living conditions. Crap will always come in a state of positivity. Businesses have grown in this time. You know, they always say wherever there's a problem, there's an opportunity, and that is why we don't get scared of any problems, if it makes any sense. We actually
100%.
look at it as an opportunity. What can we do? How can we grow? So we all good here. How's everything on your side? Long time since I actually saw you
Oh yeah.
quite some time ago, but I've been following you on Facebook, seeing what you're doing and seeing how you're progressing, you know, and I can see that you're way ahead of your peers. And I'm really proud of the person you become
Shot,
and who you are
brother.
today, you know. So yeah,
Yeah, well, like I know you set up the comment about the peers and stuff, but really, I feel that I've grown more by only competing against myself, competing against the person I once was, and always making sure I'm better than that person. How can I become better today? What didn't I do yesterday that I, say if it's exercise or something, what didn't I do yesterday that I can do today and be better than I was yesterday? And then when you're
yes,
competing with yourself the whole time, no one else even really matters. You know who your opponent is and you know how to beat them. And so you keep pushing forward. And by doing that, by centering myself, I've put the noise out of my head. And so now it's easier for me to do things because there's no sort of,
yeah,
I'm not in a race against someone else. So if someone does something big, now I'm all of a sudden panicked because I need to do something big. No, I just need to do what I did. I just need to do better than yesterday. And that's it.
that's right, and that's the whole concept of when you're competing against someone else, there's always one winner. But when you're competing against yourself, you always win.
Yeah, exactly. There is no real
that
you win or you learn type of vibe.
that's life, and it's so beautiful what you said, because that is the motto. That's what we do back here at home, and that's what I teach the guys as well. You know, we don't lose in life. Either I win or I learn. That's it.
It's
And
that simple.
many times, how many times did it take Thomas Edison, if it is him that actually made the light bulb? Who
You
knows?
never
But
know.
you
You
never know. But
never
but how
know.
many attempts did it take him to get to, you know, what we see today as the light bulb?
I mean, look at the Wright brothers. Let's go with something that most people kind of think they know about. Those people, they made the first airplane. But do you know how many people died attempting to make their own one? Those
Yeah.
brothers,
I mean,
they just got it right. The Wright brothers.
crazy, eh? The Wright brothers got it right. No,
I don't know.
you look, and that's the cool thing. You've got that mindset, and that's why I like what you're doing on this podcast, because I believe that when you attain something that is of value, keeping it
Yeah.
to yourself, that is selfish, and giving it to other people, that is selflessness. And
Okay.
many people, they are selfish. They don't have that selflessness. So yeah, I'll drop some good ins. I'll even give some people some tips on this call for how they can, you know, manage a little bit better on their finances, things that people really don't think about. And I'm not talking about starting a business. I'm just talking about, you know, um, assessing what's happening in your finances and where you can actually get relief from things like your insurances. You know, if you think about it, I've done a post now this morning actually, and I asked on Facebook. How many people are still paying the same premium? And you'll be surprised. People came out and they said, me, I'm paying the same thing, I'm paying the same thing, I'm paying the same thing. It's not fair. And it makes sense because when you're paying insurance, you're paying based on risk, right?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
paying based on
exactly.
risk. Now when you go to the shop, Michael, is there more cars on the road than before lockdown, or is there less cars on the road?
Look, honestly, I haven't left my house. I don't know what's going on outside. I have no idea who's on the road right now or who's doing what. To be honest, I've
Yeah.
been in
But
here.
even if we use logic, right? If we're
Okay,
on
there should be
lockdown
less
and people
people
are
on
not
the
going,
road.
so my premium should be less.
Lower or
Exactly.
less.
So whoever's on the school want to save some money, guys, just phone your insurance premium. I'm sorry, phone your insurance provider and tell them what's going on here, and you'll see how quickly they will drop your premium. And it might be a 300 bucks or 250 rand, but let's be honest, if somebody's standing at the robots asking for 2 rand, you always say no. So get that money back.
Exactly.
You know, you can put it into better things. So yeah, you can start a business with it. You know, it's money that you never had.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of lockdown, while we on it,
yeah,
how is it like? Okay, so we spoke about this last time, and I want to bring it up just because I feel what you said last time was vital. It might not even be the same now, but I know whatever comes out your mouth is gold. So I've really okay. So let me start off with this. Since we last spoke, I have not stopped training and meditating and exercising. I don't know what it's been like. Just throughout the day, I do like a 5 minutes of skipping, right? But I'll do
yeah,
many a day throughout the whole day. So I'll wake up,
yep,
I'll do a session that's 5 minutes, then maybe I'll chill for 40 minutes and go do another five. So by the end of the day, it's been like an hour of skipping. Stretching, because I remember what you said. I need to stretch. I need to get in my body so I can, the function of the brain connected to the
yeah.
body works. I need to sort that out before I do anything. So now, what does your daily routine look like for someone who is getting up late and doesn't know what to do, starting to lose their mind? How does Jade Jacobs get going in the morning?
Yeah. So that's quite awesome. I'm glad that you've done that. And it's all about, structuring your days, structuring your life. And when you structure, you basically get to the outcome of what you're expecting. So what I basically do is, go to sleep. Sometimes it's different times depending on what I'm doing. I've got different businesses and things, right? But on average, I'll probably wake up between the time of like, either 6 o'clock if I went to bed early or 9 o'clock. And it's all based on a sleep cycle. So on my travels, in business, I was very blessed. I got to go throughout South Africa. Most of my parents haven't even been to the places I've been to. I've been
Yeah.
overseas, and I've learned from different cultures and different people. And someone in Centurion, his parents kept on waking up like at 3 o'clock, and they started their day. And I'm like, what the flip?
3 o'clock. Holy.
You went to go and sleep at 12 o'clock, you're waking up at 3. And then I spoke to his dad, and his dad said that our bodies are designed in such a way that we sleep in hour-and-a-half cycles. Okay. So if you're tired, let's say you've been on your feet for 24 hours, you can basically sleep for an hour and a half and your body is full rested. Now you
God.
can take it further. You need to wake up within those slots. So either I wake up in an hour and a half, 3 hours, 4.5 hours, you guys getting it, and 6 hours, or seven
Okay.
and a half, or 9 hours. If you don't wake up on those points, you actually wake up tired. Crazy. And I implore people to actually test this out. So I'll wake up in the morning and generally it will be the same thing. I'll wake up, I'll stretch. That's the most important thing. We need oxygen to get through our bodies. Without oxygen, we're dead. So stretching is very important. Something that, from school times, we kind of just pushed it aside, but
Yeah.
it's
Phys
very
ed or
important.
PT or what? I don't know what it's called, but physical
That's the
education
thing.
or something.
This is why people get old. This is why they get sore. This is why they get sick. Something as simple as just touching your toes, raising your hands to the ceiling, soccer stretches, all of those things. And I see a lot of people online doing this. Awesome stuff, awesome stuff. So that's what I do in the morning. Okay, I believe that I need to vitalize my body. So I do that and I have a cup of coffee. I like coffee. Okay. I really do. I don't care what people say, whether it's good or bad. I don't have 5 cups of coffee, but I at least have 1 cup of coffee a
Yeah.
day. And then for that first part of the morning with a cup of coffee. I'm very blessed. I've got plants all around me. I've got different species of plants. I've got an almond tree here. I've got goji berries. I've got blackberries. I've got strawberries, blueberries. I've got all the herbs that you can buy in the shops. I've got fresh basil, thyme, bay
Yeah,
leaves,
very nice.
hello. I've got so much. And I believe that in nature, we are calm. Have you ever found that when you go out into the countryside, it's like your shoulders just
Yeah,
rest.
they just
You're at peace.
relax. It's
The
like you
minute
don't
you
have
come
to
back
do
into the
anything.
city, yeah, exactly. You feel so at peace. But the minute you come back into the city, your shoulders start to become tense.
Yeah,
So that is why I believe that people should actually start adopting things like this, whether you're growing to eat or just growing for, that tranquility. So I'll spend about, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on, and, you have a kind of that self-talk, okay?
yeah,
That's
that inner monologue.
exactly. Now, if people want to go and research this book, it's called Get the Edge by Tony Robbins, and he
Oh, my
talks about
favorite
self-talk.
person.
Very important person, self-talk. And when you do self-talking, you identify what is my strengths and what is my weaknesses. And we amplify our strengths and we turn our weaknesses into our strengths. But if you can't identify it, how can you work on it,
Exactly.
right? So that's why that part of the morning is the most important. You want to have a positive foundation as you move into the day. Because as I said on the previous one, when we recorded, crap's going to come your way. Okay? It happens to everybody. But it's how we respond to it that determines who we are and shapes our character. So I'll do those things. And then after that, I'll go and I'll eat the punching bag, which is just about over there. Best exercise ever. The
Yeah,
fittest athletes in the world are boxers.
yeah,
Okay. So I go and I eat the bag and then I start to get in front of the computer. And that's usually about, 9, 10 o'clock. And then I got my own students online. I teach them especially crypto trading because I
okay,
believe and we can see what's happening. We are moving with technology,
100%.
5G, self-driving cars. So there will be a cashless society, a digital currency. So who knows what's going to happen to physical money.
Yeah,
So I will then get in touch with my students and I love my students. I have a personal relationship with them. So I always check in with these guys because, like I said, every day there's going to be a challenge. I just want to prepare them for the day as well. And from there, I would have my kids around me, which is quite nice during this COVID time. That's the positives I take out of it because many people live past their kids. Those that do have kids and those that are in a relationship or are married, think about it. You wake up in the morning, you go to work. You come back at about 5 o'clock. You pick your kids up maybe at aftercare if you have some kids. Now you still need to cook, which takes you about maybe an hour or hour and a half, and then it's time for bath, and then usually 8 o'clock the kids are in bed. So where is that time? We live in past each other.
yeah.
So
It's quite
those that
sad,
say
actually.
that it's very sad because at the end of the day, it's like this is your people, but you don't even know who they are, and that's why many things go wrong with kids because they don't get attention. That's why kids actually look for attention by doing drugs and doing
Yeah,
this,
acting out.
early age pregnancy. And it's all just I want attention. So that's the beauty of it, And then we're quite blessed. We're in a complex, so you can still move around in the complex. It's not like you're in a house and you can't go in the street. So that's the beauty of it. And from there, I start to do my businesses. I've got different pages. I've got motivational pages. I teach some people about nutrition. I come from a medical background as well, so I understand these things. And I'm just imparting and I'm giving because the more you give, the more you're going to get, right?
Hundreds.
So all my time slots are there. It's like it's scheduled in my book. So I know what I'm expected to do. There's a structure. Yes, not every day is perfect. There will maybe, you get an odd phone call and somebody needs your help or, something happens that you did not plan for. But that's the beauty of it. Us as humans, if you look at us, we have humans living all across the world in icy conditions, in the desert. So the one biggest thing that a human is able to do is to adapt. Our
100%, brother.
adaptability. You adapt to your conditions. So now you think of what's happening in COVID. People are not adapting. They're not adapting to the conditions. So they're not actually exploiting the condition. You see? So this was very crucial. So when it started, COVID, I knew already. Okay, I'm in structure. I prepared for this. It doesn't really matter. No matter what happens, whether it's COVID or they drop a nuclear bomb, keep to my structure, keep to my structure, keep to my structure. Because my daily routine will take me straight to my dreams. My daily
Ah, that's
routine will
perfect.
take me straight to my dreams. That's what you affirm to yourself as an affirmation. You say
Yeah.
to yourself each and every single day. And back to what you said, you've been consistent in your skipping,
Yeah.
right?
And my punching and everything. So but it started with the one. It started with, okay, let me just go do 5 minutes. Because like, say I went from no exercise, well, in the time that we were locked down, to going to talking to you and then going, let me just do 5 minutes. What can, 5 minutes is just 5 minutes. Do five
Yeah,
minutes and going, that was intense, but it wasn't that long. I can rest. Giving me that thought, hey, let me go and do another 5 minutes. Then at the end of the day, like, whoa, I actually did 20 minutes of skipping today. And it built up. Then I'm like, let me go hit my punching bag. Put on a boxing fight. Let the fight play out. When the bell goes, you fight. When it stops, when the bell goes for break, you break. Come out for the
there you
round
go.
again. So I've
Oh,
been playing, dude. I've been playing with it, like, and then now it's been. But this is the difference. Let's be honest here, because I've seen this with my own eye. That exercise is limited. You can train a lot every day and you can try get away from yourself, what's happening internally. It will help to a
yes.
point, to a
Yeah,
point. But after that, you have to go inside. You have to sit with yourself. You have to sit with exactly why you're feeling the way you're feeling. You
yeah,
have to be mindful about exactly what is going on with you. Why are you feeling the things you're feeling? And not try run away from it every time, but understand it and use it
yeah,
to center yourself. And then with the exercise and everything together, you will feel better in these quarantine times. But you
yeah,
can't just expect the one. It's a trifecta. It's everything. It's the
yes,
mind, it's the body, it's the soul. Merkaba,
yes,
if you want to go ancient languages with it. But it's all in unison. You can't
yes.
hide from the others with the one. So that's something I did notice with, like, unfold right in front of me.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. And most religions, if you look at it, is always about that tri-union,
Yeah.
the three. It's there. Even in Christianity, it's it's the spirit. What do they say? It's the three in one, the Trinity.
Yeah.
Always three, three, three,
There's
three,
always
three,
three,
three, three,
dude.
and they say, and it's funny because there's a saying that says that everything happens in threes. So there's an importance to what you said, you know. But the important part is the most important is right up here, the mind,
The
the
mind.
mind. If I say I am sick, then I am sick. There was a study that was done. I think it wasn't a study. I think I watched it. It was some show I used to watch when I was quite young, man. It came on SABC3, and this woman kept on believing that she's pregnant.
Oh
And when they
yeah.
tested her, when they did a pregnancy test, it showed she's pregnant. So it just shows you how powerful your mind is, that your
Wait, what?
body will
But
even
that's
put
a show
out.
though. But that is a
Yeah,
TV.
but
But
it's real, brother.
I see what they're trying to sort of, the education they're trying to push out, that,
Yes,
because it is, the mind is important, because I wouldn't have been skipping and stuff if the idea didn't start in here, you know?
exactly. And we're the only beings on earth that it's created here and it manifests in physical. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you create negativity in it manifests as negative in your physical life. So that is the problem. It's a lot of people don't understand. It's like your conscience and your mind is the most important thing that you should be shaping and you should be revisiting. It's the most important thing. Like people like I look at some of the Christians, you say that Christ died for their sins, right? So the penalty is paid. So then why do you hold yourself by it? You have guilt. It's because of your mind. It's all your mind. That's all your mind. It makes absolute no sense to me how people can actually still let things like that hold them. So I've learned that technique, and I actually support that technique of actually formulating the positivity up here, and it manifests within your life. And then the next thing is about what comes out of this mouth.
Yeah.
That's the next thing. I keep on hearing someone, even if you haven't done it before, there's many things we haven't done in this world before. And the minute somebody tries to attempt it or is invited to attempt it, what is the first thing that comes out of their mind? I don't know how to do it. I can't do it, right? But if you try
Yeah.
and you keep on trying and you keep on trying and you keep on trying, you get better and better and better till you get to the point that you are professional.
Yeah,
Remember, a doctor doesn't become a
perseverance.
doctor after 1 year. Yeah, a doctor doesn't become a doctor after 1 year of training. It's 7 years plus internship,
Yeah,
consistency.
exactly.
Then you
Even
dubbed the doctor.
yeah, and then you like people like, oh, you're a doctor, but like people are just seeing the cherry on top. They're not seeing the
Yeah,
growth of the plant and the soil, and then the actual fruit
yeah.
grows. That's where I got my
People
cherry.
want, yeah, people want fast results, man. Microwave society, remember that one?
Yeah,
Quick
fast
results.
food,
Want
McDonald's,
quick answer.
everything.
But but anything quick is not. And here's one I'm going to teach you since you said on the three. Okay,
Yeah,
right. So let's place a triangle there, and let's say cheap, fast, and good. Right now, if something is cheap and it's fast, it's not good. And if something
okay,
is
nice.
fast, you understand. So whatever two you take, it is not.
Oh,
You
yeah, that's
understand?
actually I saw it in my head because then if it's fast and good, then it won't be cheap.
Exactly. It's not cheap. Got it. You got it.
And
So
if
don't
it's
look
yeah,
for the fast. Look for the quality. You want something. People must start to look at things. How do I acquire things that is longevity? You know what I mean? Something that I can form within myself that I don't even need to activate it. It's just always running. You know. Now
yeah,
fast things don't give you that. It's about conditioning. It's about conditioning, consistency. So there again, your three factor. Very important. So if it's fast and it's cheap, it's not good, right? And if it's cheap and it's good, it's not fast. Likewise. And so
yeah.
you move
It's
around.
perfect. I'd like someone should draw a diagram of that. And it's
Yes.
interesting what you said. Okay, yeah, go
Now,
on.
now
Continue.
here's something that I want people to think. Right, we're in quarantine right now. So how do I maybe want to start a business or anything? Use that same three factor. If you can find something in this world that is fast, cheap, and is good, you've got it. You've got it.
Okay,
That is something that you pursue. And
that's
in
actually
actual fact,
funny.
just
It's funny though.
now some people asking, okay, now what is fast, cheap, and good? An egg, an
Yeah,
actual egg. The egg is like 150. It's cheap.
and
It's
it's
quick to make. You can boil, and it's good.
it's
Remember,
a-
one whole chicken grows in that whole egg. So you just eating that one egg can sustain you the whole day. Crazy, right?
it's brilliant. Even okay, since
Yeah,
we're talking about it, like
yeah,
what I would like to see, because obviously what I project, I feel is what's gonna happen. So this right here, I could say the same thing. What I'm doing, it's fast. Obviously, thanks for Zoom for being out here, but it's quick to do a call. I can record it right
yeah.
off the laptop. It's free. Obviously, that's a limited thing because I'm still paying for internet, but I just mean in terms of the content, it's free, it's cheap, and it's fast because I can upload this
Yeah,
directly after we're done with it.
it's good.
And so it's good because there's all this
Yes,
information that I'm giving out for free, being selfless,
correct,
and
correct.
so there's
So you on?
potential in it.
Yes, yes, 100%. So exactly what you're doing is filling all three, which makes whatever you are doing right now, it's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. You can continue this and it will always be successful. What must you just continuously do? Be consistent.
Yeah,
Be consistent. Be consistent. Even if you
persevere.
have a shit that you wake up in the morning, you get like a crap message. Oh, granny's in hospital. It doesn't matter. Yes, granny's in hospital. We feel for granny, but be consistent.
Yeah,
Be consistent because as you're progressing, the negative part is now trying to oppose the positive. You have now too much positive, so you always gonna have the negative come towards you. But you have to have those strategies of the mind to rise above, to rise above. So consistency, consistency. So once I find something that's fast, cheap, and good, consistency, 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 consistency. That's how it works.
yeah, because and this is where before I forget this, I've been watching a lot of Tony Robbins lately. I don't know why. Like I don't know what it is,
Is
but
good.
and I know a lot of the time even people I look up to will kind of look at Tony Robbins like, we know what he's trying to do. But take all of that away. the guy motivates me. You know, he talks
Yeah.
about priming in the day and his routine of where sitting with himself and putting him in a place that he loves and feeling that positive emotion. And then
Yeah.
that becomes the foundation for the day. Because
Yeah.
another thing I notice is um, people who wake up and immediately Twitter and everything is open. Media, the news, COVID did this, and America sends warships, and it's all this, and that is what you prime in your mind with. That is what you're waking up with, and then they wonder
Yeah.
why there's like catastrophe inside of them and outside of them, because that's what you prime yourself with. Me, on the
Correct.
other hand, I I want to wake up. I want to put on the Tony Robbins. I want to listen to the motivation. You know, I want to, and it's been working because obviously not every day is perfect. You're gonna get a
Yeah.
lot of shit. But
Yes.
like for instance, yesterday was a rough day. You know, quarantine. It's like no matter what you say, it does start to get to you. It gets to everybody.
Yeah.
Especially if not everybody is like trying to be mindful and be centered and
Yes.
not allowing the outer world to affect the internal. But yesterday was a tough day. I was finding myself like really in the emotions, but because of all the stuff I've been doing, sitting and meditating, being mindful, I was able to
Yeah.
navigate through the chaos and come out unscathed. So it's just something I picked up
Yeah,
on.
you're 100% right. And no, I'm still a human. I'm not any different to anybody else that's listening to this call. You know, yes, we have the expectation of being positive and etc. You know, one thing I really like to do, I love fishing. That's like also another meditation spot because you have to be patient. You know, and while you're patient, may as well just do some meditating. You know, self talk. Why not? It's beautiful. Then maybe you get a little tug on your rod, you go home or something. You know, so I really miss those things, but we're only limited by our minds. We're only limited by our minds. Yes, that has been taken away from us, but we need to always keep busy. If they say idle hands is the work of the devil,
Yeah,
right? If you're doing nothing, you're going to catch on cuck, in other words.
hundred
Doing to
percent.
South African layman terms, you're going to catch on crap. Okay, so idle hands is the work of the devil. So it's important to keep yourself busy. Important. I had many people in this time coming to me and they tell me, you know, I'm sitting at home. I don't know what to do. I'm going into such a negative space. My girlfriend maybe broke up with me. It's funny how people can get divorced and break up during quarantine. It is crazy,
It is
crazy.
because it's the
It's,
one time
I,
you can spend.
I can't put, but you know what I think it is? Now they finally seen who this person really is
Yeah,
because life is so busy, right?
mm.
So
That's
remember,
rough.
we create this, and that's the thing of people, man. We on social media, it allows you to be someone that you're not. So most people are being fake, man. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I'm actually trying to encourage people to be who they are, who they're supposed to be, because who they are is the benefit to society, to the world, to their peers, to people that you see in their post. Be genuine. But it seems like on Facebook or on social media, it's like people got no problems, you know? Like,
Yeah,
look here, I'm on vacation. Everything is hunky-dory, hunky-dory. But then behind the scenes, man is getting divorced, company folded, loss in the family. You're being unrealistic, man. If you just be human, people can relate to you, right? And you will actually see that the people that is attracted to you is like-minded people. They're like-minded people, and they say birds of the feather flock together. With three are in one place in agreement, nothing can come against it. That is what it is. But people are spending time with people that's not of their feather. Some
yeah.
people are ducks, but they're trying to fly like eagles. You know what I mean? It's not,
And it's one of the
just
things.
doesn't make any,
And people have also given me some criticism because of the stance I took, but at the end of the day, I can't hang out with you guys anymore. It's just that I can't do it anymore. It's not. I have a version of myself inside that I look
yeah,
up to. That's who I want to be, the guy who's fit and all these things. And every day I have to
yes,
work towards that. And in that person's life, they're not hanging out with people like this. You know, they're hanging out with people
yeah,
who can build them up and they can build them up. And it's this
yeah,
a proper union, a real community. Like it's tribal.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
everybody's hunting together. We're not, You know what I mean? So
Yes, yes. No, but you're right. Back to that as well. Just be true to yourself. Um, where does this whole thing come on that I think it was that song, that Facebook song, you blocked me on Facebook and now you're gonna die. It's like, ooh, don't block people on Facebook. Are you crazy? I block people every day. I unfriend every day. I'm not kidding you. Every single day. I'll go online and I'll be like, okay, this person's just talking shit. It's not the type of person that I am. I don't want to be like that. Remember, if you are exposed to certain things, you become that. Like there was a
like the thing
kid
I
that
said about
there
the
were
Twitter.
yes, yes. There was I think where was it? There was another thing, but it was like back in the day where it was quite a sad story. This kid was like left like with dogs. So the family just left the kid there with the dogs and just disappeared. When they came back, the child was no longer a child. The child acted like a dog, couldn't stand up on all twos, was on all fours. You understand? So
I've seen that.
remove,
The
guys,
old
remove.
thing.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So social media is like we should actually call Facebook MySpace.
Like the old.
That's the accurate one. So if I don't want you in my space, get
Yeah.
out of my space because it's your space. It's like another place of your mind. And people are affecting, and that is why when they want us to think in a particular way or they want us to behave in a particular way, there's paid posts. People put out posts and things like that, and it will affect us in our ways of thinking and in our ways of making decisions and our judgments. I implore people, if you can't understand what I'm saying, please go and watch the movie The Great Hack. It's on Netflix right now. Go watch that movie, and you understand that things are happening, and your mind is being formed not by you, but by other people, and that's dangerous. That's absolutely dangerous stuff. So I implore you to actually put the link there as well if you can find it on Netflix.
Oh,
Just
the
put a
Great
link there
Hack.
for
Yeah.
The Great Hack, and then you'll understand. It's absolutely crazy. You'll be disgusted on
It's
actually
something
what
I've
they've
been
been doing.
wanting to watch for a while. I did see the trailer and I was like, oh, this is exact. And like all the like they got like 5,000 data points on every single person, data that's
Yep,
being mined, data that's being sold everywhere across the
yep,
world without you even knowing that you're basically being traded and you don't
yeah,
even know about it, and you just keep
yeah,
posting. That's why I like free media. Well, inverted commas,
yeah.
free,
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
which is
like
like
free
you,
news stations
yeah,
and
like
yeah,
YouTube
independent.
and stuff, because then you can still choose. Hey, I wanna listen to what this person has to say. I don't want to listen to what the big um lamestream media has to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
clickbait articles and stuff. I want to listen to someone who's just been through life and has something to say. And I don't want to be
yes,
bombarded with ads. Get Roman
yeah.
Spitzer today and hey, all this stuff. And it's like, are you crazy? But
It
yeah.
is. It's ridiculous, and that's what we're moving into. We're moving into the digital age. We're moving into the information age. There's nothing that you're gonna do. There's nothing that you're gonna say that they don't already know. Let me give you an example. Anybody that has an Apple phone where you can put your fingerprint on, take a guess what? They've got your face. They've got your fingerprint. They got your habits.
On fire. They
Now you
do.
see. Now you see some people. Now you see some people throwing away the iPhone. Let me go back to the old one.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? Here's something I said a long time ago. Something I just thought about. So you remember when BlackBerry was the thing, everybody had a
Yeah.
BlackBerry, a curve or a bold, whatever you could afford, you had
EVM.
one. BBM. But then I always looked, so now one of the first BlackBerries, they had the actual ball in it. Like how this old
Oh yes,
school,
the model.
yes. So
Yeah.
how a mouse, an old school mouse has that ball underneath, and that's your
Yes.
sort of your trackpad. That's how
Yeah.
BlackBerry used to be. But then they changed it to the infrared, the trackpad, to where they were
Yeah.
just scanning your finger where it was. And I said back, and I mean, you can look on my Facebook from years ago. I said, I even made a joke about the conspiracy about it. I said, hey, now they got all our fingerprints. They know where you are. It's scanning through
Yeah.
the phone. And it's something I just said. And nowadays, when I look in hindsight, I'm like, damn, man, they probably did that. They probably had us
They
before
probably
we
did.
even knew. Those end user license agreements are so long. You need a lawyer to sit with you to read through that stuff.
Nobody reads that.
No ways. It's too long.
Nobody reads. It's way too
And
long. I don't read it.
do you
I'm
know
the,
how
I'm,
repetitive it is?
yes, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, we all there's a little study we do, like instead of me saying, okay, this person's like that, I kind of like, and it's not like to be judgmental, but I put people into categories so I can help to understand them, right? And you have like your blues, which is more fun people, you know, they like to go out, have
Oh,
fun.
I know that.
They,
I know
they,
that.
they're not gonna read the T's and C's. Then you have the red, which is the go-getters. You know, the guys are always doing business. Self-independent people. They're driven. And then you get like your greens, which is like meticulous people. These are your lawyers, like those people. You know,
Okay.
the people like engineers. They need to be meticulous. They will read all those things. But everybody else, even your yellows, which is about nature, they're not gonna read it.
Yeah.
No. So it's quite crazy. We've agreed to a lot of things. We've agreed to give away our freedom.
We
We've
have.
agreed for entertainment, for convenience, whatever the thing is, and that's what's gonna be happening. We're gonna give away complete freedom, and that's where the world is going. And look at the devices that they're going to use to get there. And I don't mean like a physical device. I mean like the strategies.
Yeah.
If you can figure out the strategies in this COVID time, you can then start to get in front of those strategies. So that whatever monetary incentive that is flowing towards that strategy, you're in front of the wave, you can actually get your part as well. That's how it works. Okay. So I implore people to start to think like this. It's not all about, oh, it's going to be bad and everything. Take what you know and actually develop things that's going to put you ahead.
Exactly.
I think I had a discussion with some people that there's going to be jobs that will be lost. I can guarantee you this. You can quote me on this. I'll give 10 years. I guarantee you that people will not work in a factory anymore.
Not
People will not
working
be
in
working at
factory anymore.
McDonald's anymore.
You're
That
breaking up a
middle,
little bit. You're just slightly breaking up a little bit.
can you hear me now?
No, it's the sound is fine. It's just the actual signal. But I want to get this.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
You
so
can
we
go now.
have
You can go now. Yeah.
we have three classes in society. We have the high class, we have the middle class, and we have the lower class, right? And that's all according to our income. Now, what's going to start to happen is that middle class has actually been erased currently. It's been erased. The rich are going to become extremely more rich, and the poor are going to remain where they are. They're going to be poor. Now, before we could jump from low to middle to high, but that's an easy jump. Easy jump. It's almost like those kids that play with the stones and then they throw it and you must skip. You know that whole thing?
Yeah.
Right? So if I skip to the next block, it's easier. But look how far and how much I must exert myself if I must jump. If I have to skip a whole block, I have to jump over a block into the third block, from my block to the third block. And that is going to be extremely difficult. It's really sad what's going to happen. And if you know what is coming, you can avoid it. Okay? You can make sure you're on top over there. And I implore people to actually do it to get there for their own security, but do it to help other people as well. I see a lot of people doing good things on Facebook, and I just want to, commend also. There's a gentleman in South Africa. His name is B.I. Pagati. People can go and watch him as well. He's a black South African, and this man has been going around. He hasn't got a lot of money. He goes around and he's giving to the poor. Now, some people's like, yeah, why must you do this? And why must you show people? That's wrong, that's wrong. And I look at these comments and I'm like, if this man doesn't show us that he's doing it with the little that he has, how is the people with the millions and the billions then going to be inspired to do it?
Exactly.
Understand?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and I can promise you, this guy never runs out. Because the more you give, like I said in the beginning, the more you're going to get. Like you're giving for free, you're going to get just as quickly. You're going to get tenfold. That's how it works. But you have to give it, and you're giving it out of your heart because you want to impact people. You're not saying, I'm going to give this to you and this is my price.
Yeah.
You're saying, I'm going to give this to you and I'm giving it to you because I care. That's why you started this. Because you already know what I'm talking about. You know most things I'm talking about. But other people don't. And keeping it to yourself, that's not advisable. So there's a lot of good things that we can do. Yes, the world is negative. There's a lot of evil things in the world. But at the end of the day, it's like starts with one person, starts with you, and other people see what you do. And once we see it has been done, we know that it can be done, and then we do it. We all do it.
Exactly. Look, let's wrap it up there. Just because there's the signal's getting worse and worse. But it's been perfect. This is a great podcast. Obviously, eventually, I want to be doing this in person with people, so it's like real live conversation. That's gonna be great. But I'm just working with what I have now, and it's perfect. Jade, where can people find you on Facebook, Instagram?
So you can find me on Facebook, Jade Jacobs, on Instagram, True Power of 10. Once you got me on social media, you can follow my certain pages. So if you guys want to do some crypto knowledge, which is where the world is going, you can join my pages from obviously my personal profiles. Even if you're on this call and you're struggling with something medically, I've got a page that can help you. You can reach out to me absolutely free of cost. You don't have to pay anything. That's what I do for society. I like to, add value.
I mean, the only
So,
reason I'm busy cutting it short is because it's hard to hear what you're saying, and I don't want to miss anything. And because I mean, honestly, I could speak for 3 hours right now. But that's gonna be it. Thanks for listening, people. If you're listening, there's a lot of gems in it. So I'll let you know when that comes out. Have a good day, everybody. Sun's out, guns out. Peace.
Stupid. Peace.
When you see me out, I'ma turn up. They gon' turn up too. I'm with the homies. What it